championship hopes probably gone for Matt Craftsman. Adam?
And nothing has been said since what we reported a moment ago in the conversation they had on the radio when Matt had made his way down pit road. But as you can see, they have taken this 88 truck and pulled it behind the wall, checking everything they can under the hood to see if there is something they can do to get this engine back where it is running properly, and he can go out and finish this race. Third in the standings entering today, and if he finishes outside the top 30 this afternoon, especially when you look at where a guy like Todd Bodine, who was right behind him, the points is, and Hornaday leading, it would be a big-time challenge for them to have a chance at a title running the way they are right now.
No, they had to win out. They needed to run top 2, 3 at worst for the rest of the season, have any hope for a championship. Mark him off. Now we got to find out what happens to Todd Bodine. We might mark him off. It might indeed, for sure, become a two-man race today.
Which is what I said yesterday.
Yesterday, but it wasn't for sure at that point.
Okay.
But if either Todd or if Johnny Benson or Ron Hornaday have a good showing, which we would expect here, they could eliminate Todd Bodine from the
definitely. If they outrun him, he's going to be eliminated. Only 3 races to go. We know he can't win this championship.
Again, we'll stop at Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead, Miami to find out who the champion will be. Crawford just had a handful of race truck there.
See right there, he's following the 99 of Eric Darnell right in front of our championship point leader, Johnny Benson. Actually coming into this race, he was a point leader. Right now, he's being shown 1 lap down. Let's take a look at what happened to Rick over there. See him side by side right now with Johnny Benson.
Check out the lap truck of Brent Raymer. He just almost spins out, and Rick almost spun out at the same time. That was a glob of trucks.
Yeah, as a reaction to he's seeing that black truck of Brent Raymer getting a little bit loose.
This is JB.
There's Johnny Benson. That's Johnny's view of it right there. You see both of those trucks get sideways simultaneously right in front of Johnny.
Johnny's had a rough start, but he's raced back into the top 10. So rebounding nicely from a bad start.
Yeah, and the one thing that we have the advantage of in the booth is we can always see the points as they're running on the racetrack. So with 50 laps complete, Hornaday is leading this race. Johnny Benson's running 10th. Well, that means that there's a 4-point difference between Johnny Benson and Ron Hornaday right now as they run on the racetrack. So this points battle is really tight on every lap.
Well, and you can see Crawford working his way back inside Johnny Benson. Mike Skinner, Johnny Benson, these trucks aren't where they need to be today. Phil, their teammate, Scott Speed, he's able to have a decent pace in that number 22 truck. He's running in the 6th spot. It's just a little confusing how those other two, heck, with the last mile and a half, what, at Vegas, Skinner wins.
Right.
And here he has to pit and put new springs in.
Yeah, big change for Mike Skinner, and obviously a frustrating day for Mike Skinner. How about Scott Speed, though, as we talk about him running well? Johnny Benson now continuing to try to break back up a little further into this top 10. He's running 10th now.
See that 23 truck right there, Johnny Benson. That splitter is up off the racetrack down the straightaway. He is conventional. You see it, it's down close to the racetrack in the corners, but when he gets to the straightaway, it lefts up now. Conversely, look at our leader, Ron Hornaday, the 33 or the 51 of Kyle Busch, the 2 of Ryan Newman. When they get to the straightaway, watch where that splitter is on these guys.
They're lower in the straightaway. They're lower on the straightaway than Johnny Benson is in the turn.
There it is right there. Ron Hornaday right down on the racetrack. That's not what Johnny Benson's truck looks like.
And that's engineered out. Those guys had to work long and hard to get that truck to ride at that attitude on the straightaway and still handle through the turns.
And that was Colin Brown right there going a lap down. That's a very, very good truck out of the Roush Fenway stables. They've been struggling today. They've already gone a lap down. Ray?
Johnny Benson asking Trip Bruce on the radio, how long till we get lapped here? He said, I'm telling you, something is very, very wrong with this truck. Now, remember, guys, he was terrible loose on that first run. They went down on the track bar, pulled a rubber out, and made wedge adjustments. Then they went more wedge adjustment on the left side on the second pit stop on lap 25. And Johnny Benson said, now the truck is terrible tight in the center. He can barely turn it. So, whatever it is that's wrong with this truck, obviously it's not going with the adjustments that Trip Bruce wanted to try to make it better. Adam?
Todd Bodine was fighting tight on that first run of the day. They pitted at lap 27, got 4 tires, topped it off with fuel, and made adjustments. Todd on the radio said it continues to be tight, so anticipate another adjustment when they make their way back down pit road. And what about Scott Speed? Made his NASCAR debut here back in the spring, and he's passed a lot of trucks in the last couple of weeks. Last week at Martinsville, outside the top 30, finishing 7th, and here today starting 11th up to 6th in the running order, and right now the best of the Bill Davis Racing trucks. You talk about a kid that has grown up in the last 7 months. Speed certainly has done that.
Now we're hearing a lot of, okay, my truck is loose or my truck is tight. We talk about this racetrack being so wide and so many different lines. Can't you run up near the wall if you've got, say, for example, a tight race truck?
You can't overcome a bad truck. You've got different grooves to accent what you've got. If you're a little tight down low, you can run up high. But if your truck won't turn, it won't turn down low and it won't turn up high. So a lot of people think that you can just go run high and make everything better. You can't. You got to have that truck up under you in order to take it up and run, what, 3 inches off the wall? That's what we, sometimes it's less than that, but that's the goal, is to run right next to that wall. And if it won't turn, you just simply can't do that.
Great battle right here brewing up for second. Ryan Newman chased down the 51 of Kyle Busch. Took a run at him. These trucks are very, very fast, along with our leader, Ron Hornaday. But right now, Ron Hornaday is in trouble. Brent Raymer spinning down through the grass.
It almost got away with him, got away from him in traffic over there off turn 4 a few laps ago, and it does get away from him this time.
Gone about 30 laps of green flag run.
Now we start talking about tire management. We have to be smart about what we do. You got to come get tires.
I think you have to. We've got 73 laps to go. It'll be 72 by the time they get to pit road. They can put another set of tires on right now and know, that they have another set in the pits for the guys that have only put one on.
You got to come get tires now.
I think you have to, absolutely.
Johnny Benson,
now the guys that have already put 2 sets of tires on, they have to think about that now. They're not, they're struggling because this is going to be their last set. I don't think they can afford to put any tires on unless Johnny can have that other set of tires rebounded and have them in the pits for the next time around.
There's Brent Raymer making the slide through the infield. We've seen that already from Donnie Leah. And now Brent Raymer also bringing out the caution. It's the 3rd one of the day. The 2nd caution was a competition caution because of the lack of track time for the truck series.
Ron Hornaday and our leaders had lapped all the way up to the 17th spot.
And Ron Hornaday had a 6-second lead when the caution came out. And
it appeared he could run 2 or 3 tenths quicker than anybody.
Right.
On a given lap. We've seen him settle in about 33.40, but then one time he come by and run a 33.10. No one else did anything near that.
Aaron's lucky dog goes to Jack Sprague in that number 60, so he will be able to get a lap back. That will put 18 on the lead lap.
Our 17th place truck, Jason White, that's a good run for him. He was able to get around Jack, avoid going a lap down. So a solid run for that gunbrokers.com Dodge this week. Top 15 finish at Martinsville for Jason last week in the Billy Ballou truck. Moves into the 08, and he's heading toward another one this week.
Yeah, back it up with another top 15 would be a great day for Jason White.
2 different teams. Who will come down? Who will make tire changes?
Ron Hornaday's coming down.
Ron Hornaday has decided to make the hard left turn. He brings his VFW Chevy Silverado onto pit road. Kyle Busch is behind him. Ryan Newman as well. Todd Bodine.
All of our lead lap trucks come to pit road for service.
Adam Alexander.
Pit stops at lap 59. Newman continues to say a little bit loose. It will be 4 tires fuel, and they will make a chassis adjustment. Slight air pressure as well for the 2 of Ryan Newman. Ray.
Ron Hornaday came in with on the very top of your screen. Now Rick Wren said, let's do fuel only here and save those tires. And the driver said, look, this time I got to overrule you. Let's get those tires on right now. They put 4 tires on with no chassis adjustment for the 33. He is on his way down pit road. Johnny Benson also coming in to make a pit stop there. Benson came in 10th. Hornaday came in as the leader.
Looked like maybe Johnny just got 2 tires there, Phil.
That's what it looked like, 2 tires for him. He's going to get great track position, but will not have the 4 fresh tires that Ron Hornaday has.
And so Hornaday and Benson leave pit road 1 and 2. But again, we've got some trucks that stayed on the track. We'll be back.